Hey everybody, it's time for Head2Head Literature 2. Question number 1. In The Handmaid's Tale, Moira contracts scurvy to escape a center of this color. A novel that opens with the death of a miniaturist contains a chapter that is narrated by this color and was written by Orhan Pamuk. In addition to a novel titled My Name is This Color, a novel centering around the Ja family included among the 4 great classics is titled after a dream of a chamber of this color. In a novel with this color in its title, Henry Fleming receives a blow to the head and initially flees a Civil War battlefield. For 10 points, give this color of a badge of courage in a Stephen Crane novel. Answer: red. Question 2. 2 characters in this novel discuss the differences between grassy and starchy cow feeds. One character in this novel befriends Varenka, but becomes disillusioned after learning Madame Stahl's illness is fake at a spa in Germany. In this novel, one character is improperly upset after an accident at a horse race, and Stepan, also known as Steva, is unfaithful to Dolly. Levin eventually marries Kitty in this novel, though she earlier loved Vronsky. The title character of this novel throws herself in front of a train. For 10 points, name this novel named for a Russian woman, a work of Leo Tolstoy. Answer: Anna Karenina. Question 3. One author from this country wrote about a man who carries his wounded and estranged son Ignacio in search of a doctor in the story No Dogs Bark, contained in his collection The Burning Plain. One poet from this nation wrote that life and death are reconciled in The Lady of Midnight, in a poem that begins by describing a willow of crystal entitled Sunstone. Another author from this country created Harriet Winslow, who meets a fictionalized version of Ambrose Bierce in one novel. For 10 points, name this home nation of Juan Rolfo and Octavio Paz, as well as the author of The Old Gringo and The Death of Artemio Cruz, Carlos Fuentes. Answer: Mexico. Question 4. In one scene in this novel, Mr. Giles and Mr. Brittles narrate how one of them shot the protagonist. The protagonist of this novel loses his place with the undertaker, Mr. Sowerberry, after beating Noah Claypool for insulting the memory of his dead mother. The protagonist is later cared for by Rose Maley and Mr. Brownlow, before being kidnapped by Bill Sykes. The Artful Dodger leads the title character of this novel to join a gang of child pickpockets working for Fagin. For 10 points, name this novel by Charles Dickens about an orphan who is famously punished for asking for more gruel. Answer: Oliver Twist. Question 5. One play by this author of The Net Draggers describes a wretched, piteous dove in quest of food, and in another, 50 sisters run away from Egypt to avoid arranged marriages. Another of his plays is set in Susa and features a dream sequence narrated by Atossa, and in yet another, one character steps onto a purple carpet. This author of Proteus and the Suppliants also described 2 brothers killing each other at a certain 7th gate, Eteocles and Polynices. In one play by this author, a king is stabbed in a bathtub, and that play is included with The Libation Bearers and the Eumenides in a trilogy about the House of Atreus. For 10 points, identify this Greek tragedian behind the Orestia. Answer: Aeschylus. Thanks for playing.